Do you see the mate in 1?
3, 2, 1, go.
Chess Legend has this puzzle as a mate in 1. At first glance it looks good for white with the threat of promotion, but whatever he promotes the pawn to can be captured by the black king, simultaneously escaping the rook check. However, at one point the rules didn't specify that the piece you are promoting to has to be your own colour, leading to the astonishing promotion of the pawn on b8 to a black knight, which deprives the black king of its escape square. As it can't capture its own piece, it's checkmate in 1. Now, unfortunately, it is illegal to promote to an enemy piece, making this mate in 1 impossible. Do you see how to mate in 2? The rules of chess were tested to their limit with this hilarious and genius puzzle, which exploited a loophole in the rules of the game. For a long time the rules simply stated that if the castle and king had not yet moved in the game, castling was allowed. So Joseph Klinger composed this puzzle as a joke problem where there is only one way to mate in 2, and it involves under-promoting your pawn to a rook, and on the next move castling vertically down the board using the new rook which has not yet moved, which is checkmate 2. It would be notated like this. The rules have been updated by FIDE to specify that the rook and king must be on the same rank, which is the horizontal row, for castling to be allowed. In this mind-blowing position, black is threatening an unstoppable mate in 2 with knight d3 followed by knight f2 checkmate. White has no way out, as even if they promote to a queen they cannot stop the mate in 2, but they could once upon a time. Do you see how?
3, 2, 1, go.
The move is the phenomenal pawn to a8 with the pawn becoming, well, staying, a pawn. In this case, because there are no available moves for white, it is stalemate and the game is a draw. And if black wants to try to give white a space for his king to move to, there simply isn't a way to do that in one move, as every square the white king could escape to is guarded twice, requiring 2 moves to unprotect. At one point it wasn't specified that the pawn had to become a non-pawn piece, and in fact the first world champion Wilhelm Steinitz argued against the rule change that forced a pawn promotion to be to a different piece of higher value. This is a chess problem with a story. The tale goes that on first contact with an alien, a chess player, in some versions Capablanca, teaches him the rules, but too briefly, as the alien is left with only a rudimentary understanding of them, lacking some of the key parameters, because when they reach this position with Capablanca as white dominating the game, he plays king c2, planning bishop d4 checkmate. The alien comes up with a genius, but highly illegal drawing resource. Can you spot it? The black pawns are going this way, by the way. h1 equals black king, promoting to a second king, which causes the outcome of bishop d4 to now be checkmating one king, but stalemating the other. And bishop b7 checkmates the new king, but stalemates the original one. Capablanca argues that this is not allowed, but the alien contends that he was informed that a promotion could be to any piece. So wanting to keep the introductory extraterrestrial meeting amicable, Capablanca decides to roll with it, coming up with a stroke of genius of his own, and responds a8 equals black king, promoting his own white pawn to a third black king. This gives black legal moves, which allows white the time to play h7 and then h8, queen, triple checkmate.